So, utilizing the latest advancements in cardboard, I made myself a pattern for my transmission mount. So that'd be today's goal anyhow. And there we go. One trans mount. Well, I gotta weld it. Oh. Alrighty. Got that buzzed together and at least placed in there. I gotta get the trans out of the way before I can drill the bolt holes, but we're getting there. So I think it's time to pull this thing all apart. That'll be hopefully for the last time. We'll see. Probably not. So it's all tacked in place. I got all my front geometry set where I wanted. My steering is sort of preloaded. I got a little space that I left here so I can make some final adjustments. Before I pull everything apart, I'm going to go ahead and pin it, which means I'm just going to drill some little holes here, 2 of them. That way when I bring all this back together, I can just stick some pins in there and everything lines back up. So I'm going to pull it all off and then finish weld it all. Just another day's work. It'll get there. Just using this, and then I can put like a 16-penny nail in there. Hold up. These are the best things ever. If you get a chance to get some, definitely get them. Totally worthwhile. Makes things much, much nicer. If I could find something that would find the tools I lose every 5 minutes, that'd be helpful. Damn, I hope I could just roll out of there, but the air compressor's in the way. Or the AC compressor, anyhow. See? Now I'll just take and push this in the back garage, hoist it up, and open the motor up and see what's going on there. Replace all the sensors, all the good stuff. Weld up this chassis and hold the sucker back together. Just like 5 minutes worth of work, right? What the hell is that? Thing just does not want to come out. Oh, so close. You ugly bastard. Shit's getting serious. That thing's been there a minute. Now to get the clutch off. Like opening King Tut's tail over here. Yeah, that's a little crust there. A little bit there. Nothing too much. Apparently whoever owned this thing lived on a red dirt road. Actually, in fact, I know where this thing came from. I actually found the town and the funeral home over in Simi, Old Texas. And yeah, West Texas has a lot of dirt. No idea what that is. Luckily the frame is solid. So I'm trying to get the clutch pedal off. And you can see you got the shank that sticks out, you got the pedal, and there's a tiny little C-clip there. And that sucker's rusted in tight and I can't get to it, and I can't get the grinder in there. I'm trying to sort out how to get that thing out of there. I don't know, maybe that'll work. Oh, safety glasses. Oh, crapola. So look, it's coming out, but the arm on the bottom, which happened to be the clutch linkage, doesn't clear. Well, how the hell you get that out of there? How'd they get it in there? Yikes. So that bolt was there, but it doesn't seem to come out. So what am I missing? I'm missing a bigger hammer is what I'm missing. Ow. Oh, you ugly bastard. Well, I got it out. And just about before I hit the money shot, the camera died and you missed it. So, sorry, you just have to envision it. But, yeah. A little bit of carnage. About that thick in there. Ugh. Thank God that's done. Inside the frame wasn't actually all dirt. The side where the clutch linkage was packed full of grease and then dirt. It just made a huge mess. So I'm gonna scrape this crud off the floor, because if I track that in the house, it'll be hell to pay. Ooh. Ooh. Not too bad for the best mediocre welder on the street. Anyways, now to bolt it back to the floor and weld it to the car, and I think it'll be, well, it's closer anyway. Alrighty, there we go. Got to figure out how to put a Cadillac emblem on this. Those are 17s. I don't want to go too big. I know I kind of committed to 15s, but why not go bigger? Everybody likes it bigger, right? What kind of silly hillbilly nonsense is this? You put a box in a box. What a waste of the ecosystem. So I'm going ahead and getting this thing tacked in place. Then I can break off some of the jig here. Then I can start accessing everything else. Just little by little. Don't want to take it up too much at a time. Then I get all warpy when I weld it. So. So with that all cleaned up, I got the first gusset on there. I'll start tacking that in place and work my way through them. So I managed to get all the boxing plates welded on. I still have to make one to cover that hole up and do the bottom here. But now that everything is secure, I'm going to go ahead and pull the jig off and hopefully put this thing on skates and get it back into the backyard. Because I hate working in this front garage. So, time to go. Today's shenanigans include car hustling. Managed to catch my arm on something and tore the damn thing open. That's unpleasant. Oh, wow. Come on, puppy dog. Well, well, that ain't bad. I can work with this. What we got over here? Got plenty of room in the front. I just close the garage door. Can't get the front end on, but I can finish up the suspension and put the motor in and all that stuff. That will be much nicer to work on. I hate working in the front garage. It's just too cramped in there. Too many crap. Too many kids and their cars and their garbage and the wife's junk. You know how it is. You gotta have your own spot, your own man cave, your special place. This is mine. Get out of the way, meathead. That'll work. That's gonna work just fine laid out. Beat it. Beat it. So my windshield saga continues. I ordered my original one around Thanksgiving. Well, actually it goes farther than that because I started looking for a windshield when I first got the car in, what is it, like October of last year, and doing some research to trying to figure out what it is. One of the problems is it being a hearse, you know, the commercial body, it doesn't have like the nomenclature on the tag that tells me, you know, what it is. So after search the internet, I found a guy who actually has the same car, and he had just bought a windshield from another company. So he gave me the part number, the company, all that stuff. I reached out to them numerous times, emails, tried to order it online, never could get through to them. Finally, after a while, they finally got back to me, and I was like, oh, okay, great, I'll order my windshield. Paid for it and everything, and then it like fell off the planet. So after 4 months of trying to get a hold of them, emailing, calling, and so on, they finally got back to me and said they can't get the windshield and refunded my money. So in the meantime, I got to find somebody else who has this windshield. But the problem is the part number I had was for that manufacturer, that retailer, and it doesn't convey over to anybody else. So after doing research and kind of figuring this out and that out, converting, I ended up ordering a windshield. It finally showed up. It of course doesn't fit. It's like, well, shit. You know, so I called them up and like, hey, you know, windshield. And to avoid shipping it back, which is extremely expensive, I'm now going to have to lump it into the truck, and then, which I don't have, so I got to borrow somebody's. Even more fun. And take that up to Dallas to the Pate swap meet in 2 weeks so I can return it to them. But the other problem with that is they don't carry the windshield that I actually do need. So now I have to go return this windshield and then try to figure out how to find another windshield. So if anybody you know happens to have a Series 61 Cadillac windshield available, let me know, because this is a huge pain. And then, to make things more fun, the wheels I ordered from Speedway, I ordered them, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, and they shipped 2 out, and then I got an email saying the other 2 were on back order, like 2 or 3 days. Sweet, no problem, I can wait. And then the other day I got an email saying that they were back ordered indefinitely. That happened to be the same day that the ship crashed into the bridge. So I figured, what? Were they on the boat? I don't know. Am I ever going to get them? I don't know. So, well, I guess we'll just wait. Well, then today I get an email that says they were just delivered. All right, great. Go look around at the porch. No, nothing here. So get on the phone, you know, email, whatnot, Speedway, and try to figure out what the heck's going on, where the packages go, and so on, so on. Turns out that they were not delivered. That email was actually like 4 days old, and for some reason it just now came through, and my dumb ass apparently can't read correctly to figure out that the date was wrong, not today. So after that whole mess, I still only have 2 wheels. The Hearse curse for getting parts on this thing is becoming a huge pain in the ass. That's beside all the parts I order at night after I've had a couple bourbons and I order the wrong stuff, or stuff I order and forget I ordered and then order again. A huge nightmare. Anyways, it's just one little thing at a time. So what I got here, these are the bags that I bought. These are 2,600 pound bags, and I just can't get them to fit. So I ordered the next size lower, which is a 2,500 pound bag, which is clearly a hell of a lot smaller, but it says it carries the weight. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to these. I knocked off my top plate here. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this down a little bit, rework it a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of the ears here and turn them into gussets. It'll look a little bit cleaner. I think it'll be a little bit stronger as well. So that's today's project. And then try to figure out how to stick a shock into this thing, because it is so far not working out. Yeah, it just sticks out a little bit too far for my likings. So maybe I can sneak it up in here. I don't know. I'm playing with it. The shock is always a challenge, no matter what. So let's go hack and slash. Let's see if this fits better. Mount that. Put a gusset there. And possibly my shock would fit there. Well, it's getting closer anyway. Alright, that's a little more functional there. Let me just knock out a little side gusset action and we'll be back in business. I'm also liking, I'll get this thing in here. I'm liking that. I can actually sneak that up in there and have room. So if I trim that little nublet off the side there, bolt it on yonder, then have that about right there, I think we are going to be golden. Go back to my CAD board here. Nice. Yeah. Everything starts with second grade arts and crafts. And I bet you didn't know when you were in kindergarten, all those days you were eating paste and staring out the window, that they'd actually one day add up to something. Mrs. Simpson would be proud. Alright. So that is going to work. This plate will come up. So now to throw this baby in CAD. And I'll cut it out in the morning because there's a big storm rolling in and I don't want to be out here anymore. I feel like I'm in perpetual, always rearranging things in order to get to things. I've got to get a bigger shop. As much as I appreciate this, I just need an extra, I don't know, 200 square feet. Fantastic. I must have about $5,000 in parts scattered around here just for this one car. Not even count my 40. What are you doing? Come on, let's go. Riveting, I know. The CAD program is actually pretty simple. It's a lot like adult crayons. This makes a great table when I'm not using it. But when I want to use it, I can unbury it. All right, let's get on. Try not to choke to death on the cedar pollen today. It is, it's like the yellow snow out there today. Just brutal, just brutal. Hopefully I can burn through this thing and go inside, put a mask on. Boom, and there we go, shows our cut path. Which that doesn't seem right. But I guess it'll work. Guess I better fix that. If you don't catch the mistakes early on, then it foobars your part and it gets really expensive. Beep. It works a lot better if I push the right button. Beep. Let's try that again. Boom. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Part number 2. Let's see what that baby's hotter than the Spice Girls. Woo! Ow, ow, hot, hot, hot. Yeah, that is gonna work. A little cleanup. And, oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's gonna be just fine. So I got my lower boxing plates. Boxing plate where the steering box goes, or right behind it. And these gussets for the airbag mount. As you can see, I got my table all tuned up, and now the thing's cutting all bitchin' like. Thanks to some of the advice from you guys that you sent me, that really helped out. As long as this thing keeps running smooth, it'll be good. Now just to get these things cleaned up and get them welded in, and then we can move on to something new. Or I can move on to something new. You guys can, I don't know. out there wheeling in her mighty steed. Yeah, I don't drive a lawnmower either. I mean, I like when she mows, but then I get to spend the next half hour or so cleaning up the grass out of my pool and whatnot. So it is what it is. I take it as it comes. So I was having an idea about my shock mount. And then I came across this little piece here, which happened to be part of the jig for the front suspension that I found. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is cut this down and then weld this to the side of the A-arm and then mount the shock out the side. Well, I'm going to play with it a little bit and see what happens anyhow. I should be welding the other stuff on there, but the ADD got a hold of me, so now I'm committed. Whoa! Yeah, that should hit. We'll try a little oil. Yeah, oil. That helps. So there we are. That is the finished product. So let's go see if it actually fits. Oh, I guess you can't see that. Here we are. That is going to work. Just need to figure out a top. Something for the top there. That should be easy. Let's get it done. Yeah. Oh. So this is what I come up with. This is actually one of the brackets that was for the motor mounts I didn't use. Just put a little bend in it, and bada bing, that shock mount is going to be perfect. Now to weld everything up. And that was the last piece of the puzzle. Now to do all the final welding and get this sucker bolted back together. Well, I take that back. I'd like to paint it first, obviously. So we'll work on this and then we'll move on. Stupid thing! Helps if I clean the lens off. Oh yeah, much better. Anyways, now that I got the front end all welded together, all that stuff taken care of, now time to finish out that steering box. First thing I gotta do is fix the steering box here. It's got a strip screw, so we're gonna drill the baby out. So, 7/16 tap. Always try not to break it. That's never any fun. Beautiful. All right, time to mount this baby up. Trying to get this portion of the project done. Today's Friday, and the big eclipse is happening on Monday. So I want to get this all done before then, because I don't want to meet the rapture with you know, an unfinished project. Apparently the eclipse is flying right over my house here, which would be like almost in the center of it. So who knows what will happen. You know, women, it's when their powers will probably be the strongest, and God only knows if they'll not mutate or come out and lash out, attack, whatever. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm burrowed in and, you know, I'm safe from the evil ones. So I changed the position of the box a little bit. So now I don't need that second U-joint, and everything lines up the way it's supposed to. So this is going to work much better. Now just to finish off this bracket and done skis. And so with that, going to go ahead and call the front end done. I'll hit it with the grinder in the morning and get everything painted up and start reassembling it. In hindsight, probably should have just bought one that was pre-made and ready to go from any number of manufacturers. But, you know, why be like everybody else? So got it all done in the way I wanted, and now time to move on to, well, the motor anyway. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you next time. Providing we survive the eclipse and the rapture and all that other good stuff. Who knows? We'll see.